What's up guys, it's Immortal Jake back at it with another tutorial video. Today we're actually doing Kensei due to a recent buff and his new skin. For those of you who aren't aware, he got a new skin with this newest update along with the crossplay phase 2 and the special event. So in light of these events, we're doing the tutorial for Kensei. As always, if you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it. So let's start with his basic attacks. He's got his lights. They're actually pretty quick, faster than a lot of other heroes. His heavies, they seem a lot slower than they actually are. He has a dodge heavy, can be performed from either direction. He's got a front dodge heavy as well, and a front dodge light. And of course, all heroes have their zone. His running attack is a little iffy sometimes, but it's pretty easy to do. Kensei also has a bash, which can be performed by pressing the guard break button after you input the heavy attack. This can only be done from the top position. If you try it from the side, it won't work. Let's get into chains. So Kensei has a triple light. He has light, light, heavy, light, heavy, light, light, heavy, heavy. His chains also go from his heavies, so he can do a triple heavy, 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 light, heavy, heavy, light, light, heavy, heavy, light. Now, depending on the direction of your attack and the last attack of your chain, you will have specific properties. So the final hit of the chain has hyper armor, even if it's a light. So if you top 3 lights, that last hit has hyper armor. Now, if you finish your chain with a top heavy, it becomes unblockable. This can be actually guard broken out of to cancel. So you can bait out, basically, parry and guard break. You don't even have to feint the attack. You don't have to feint it. You just press guard break while it's in process, which is actually pretty cool. Another thing you can do from the top heavy is you can also cancel it into a light attack. So what you'll do is you'll throw that top heavy for the last hit and then change direction and throw a light. You can also change direction and throw another heavy. So it would look like this. Can be parried. Both of them can be blocked and parried if predicted, but nevertheless a good mix-up, because you never know if they're going to throw it or they're going to guard break or they'll switch to a light or heavy. So he has 4 different options he can go from just by getting into that unblocked. Now your chains are 3 strikes. However, if you bash for the first attack, it guarantees a light, and that counts as 2 hits of the chain. So you can bash, light, top, which goes straight to the unblockable. It's actually pretty good. The bash isn't too fast, but it's not too slow either. So you'll actually you'll hit it more often than you think you would. It looks like it's a lot slower than it is. Now his dodge attack can actually be chained. So from his dodge, you can throw a second light after you land the dodge. After you land the dodge attack. Or you can follow up with a second heavy. If you throw it from the top, it counts as a chain finisher because you can only get 2 attacks out of that dodge attack. So it goes straight to the unblockable. However, do not do this often as the dodge attacks are very readable. Only do a dodge attack if you know they're going for an unblockable or they whiff an attack. There's a lot of people who like to sit here and dodge with Kensei and just spam the dodge attack, and then they get parried over and over and over again. And then they're like, oh my god, Kensei sucks, they parry everything. No, you're repeating the dodge attack over and over. Mix it up. These unblockables also flow into those other chains, so just remember that unblockable opens up multiple attacks. You can soft feint it into a light or heavy or guard break. That's one of his best tools. Now Kensei is a vanguard. He doesn't have deflex per se, but he does have superior block on dodge. And with that being said, he also can chain into some attacks with the superior block. For instance, if you dodge forward with superior block, you will get a free guard break, guaranteed. If you dodge from the sideways superior block, those will give you a bigger window to land your dodge heavies, but they're not guaranteed still. Those are not guaranteed. Even if you land those side dodge superior blocks, they're not guaranteed damage. Just remember that they can block that, but if they throw from the top and you manage to deflect or superior block those, they guarantee a guard break. Like so. And as always, if you land any of these superior block side heavies, they do lead and flow into that unblockable. When you land a guard break with Kensei, it guarantees a side heavy. Does not quite guarantee a top heavy though. See, the opponent wasn't able to block that, but he was able to block the top heavy. Remember that these all flow together. Even if he blocks it, for instance, a blocked move doesn't necessarily mean your chain is over. If you land a heavy, I can continue my chain, even if he blocked it. Now, a light will stop most of your combos, obviously, but if you land that heavy, regardless of if he blocks it, you will be able to continue your chain. Blocked, chain continues. With Kensei, you're going to want to do a lot of whiffing in order to start up a chain, unless you're getting that bash consistently. So, for instance, if you're noticing that you can't get to your unblockable because the opponent's just really good at blocking, you're gonna need to learn to whiff your attacks. So a whiff would look like this, into the unblockable, into whatever you're trying to do. You want to whiff your first couple swings, either to get to your second chain or your second swing in the chain, or your third swing in the chain. But really getting into that third chain attack is what you want. So if you can't land the bash consistently, then you're going to want to try out the whiff techniques on them, because the whiff techniques are immaculate, and his range on his side heavies are like, just look at that coverage, it's massive. So as a reminder, just use whiffs if you can't get into your flow of your combos. Bash as much as you can to start up your chain, because it guarantees a bash and a light. That's two parts of your chain. That last hit can go unblockable or have that hyper armor to trade it. For instance, if you're going against a raider or something who just continues to spam his attacks even after getting hit, you bash light and he tries to throw a heavy, you'll be able to trade with him. Let's talk about his out of stamina punishes. So when they're out of stamina and you land a guard break, you're going to want to throw them forward, dodge forward, and do your dodge attack into a top heavy. However, if you don't time it right, it can be countered. So as long as you get the timing down, they won't be able to parry it. Or you can alternatively do a neutral light into a top heavy. So from the neutral light to heavy, you can also follow that up with another heavy, which goes unblockable. You can bait out another parry. It used to be more effective when your stamina would actually stay gone, but since the update, as soon as your opponent stands up, their stamina's back. It still can guarantee a light after a parry, but I would say it's not as worth it as it used to be. It would look like this though. throw them, and then when they get up, they would parry, see? But it won't look like that anymore because they get their stamina back when they stand up now. Now for parries, it's pretty much the exact same thing. You're going to do a dodge forward into a top unblockable. And that just reminds me of a combo I didn't tell you, which would be your dodge forward into your unblockable. It would be the same thing as your dodge heavies into your unblockable, it's just dodge top light into the unblockable. So, missed that little detail. Anyways guys, that's the basics of Kensei. That's my tutorial. If you learned anything good, I'm glad I helped. For those of you that got that skin, ooh, now you got the skin and you know the moves. Especially if you're a new player. Show your friends who haven't been experienced in the game yet or are just starting out and want to learn Kensei. If you did like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments because I would like to know who you guys would want me to do next. As always, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.